Hi guys, how are you? I hope you guys are having a good time. So today I decided to do something a bit different. So as you can see before I light this is blue sage, with dried lavender. So instead of giving up white sage, you can use desert sage, blue sage. This tends to smoke more, so like you might want to open up windows if you use blue sage. So I just want to set the intention of this to clear out our sacred space and get into this. Spirit, I invoke you. What messages do you need spoken in this reading? I call you in. Please allow us any specific messages that the viewer may actually need or resonate with. It doesn't have to be subscribers, but it could be regular, just people who pass on at any time space continuum. What messages do you need spoken? What messages do you need put out here? Like, my sweetgrass bundle has like fallen apart. So if you hear the dog panting, I may have to turn the AC on, but I really don't want to, because you'll hear it and it'll get super noisy. And for those that don't know, if you were to get blue sage, it's a completely different scent than actual white sage. White sage burns really clean, and blue sage doesn't. So I'll just put it at that. So I just want to say thank you, welcome. Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. And let's get into this. Spirit, what messages do you need spoken? Spirit, what messages do you need spoken for this reading? What messages someone need? You need someone to know, or some beings. Some of you may actually literally have dealt with a death that hit you pretty hard, so you could be grieving, or some of you may be having a near-death experience that has kind of just put you on edge, and you are kind of like really scared, and you're recovering from it. It's shaken you up. It's caused you to feel like what you are doing feels there's recovery. Some of you you have been to the point where this experience is shadowed, this near-death experience for someone, or this death, this grief may feel like it's not getting better, but I promise you it will get better. It will get better. Or you have a family member that had a near-death experience that has been, you have been touched by death. This Queen of Wands, because of this transition or this near-death experience, some of you are actually having physical encounters with death. So you may be seeing spirits around your home, or in your yard, or in your neighborhood, or just basically in your dreams, and you don't know why. And it's because of the fact that this is teaching you to let go. This is teaching you to recover. This is teaching you that emotions that you've kept, you've hidden for so long have risen to the surface. So this shadow. So we're going to switch up and we're going to basically rework this too, because not only is this a near-death experience, with this card coming in this transition from one world to the next, for some of you that have actually seen death, or you are you are familiar with it. The realms of spirit. This is talking about shadow work, is recovering, is getting in touch with your shadow, getting in touch with yourself. So this is saying you can't fight yourself anymore. You can't keep putting it off to the back burner. You can't just keep letting things slide. You have to do your shadow work in order to grow. And with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like no matter what you do, it just needs to be done. You seem like if you don't know what you're doing, shadow work, because you feel like it's never been done right, it's never gonna get done right, I promise you, you'll find your heading, and let this video be the sign that you need. So for those who are having trouble establishing their shadow work, what can you give them? Spirit, what can you give them, shadow, to help them start to ease into this, to show them that, like, they're not alone? Like, how do they get in touch with this? How do they get in touch with their shadow side? You know, what they're running from, or they have yet to heal. What is a technique that can be used to facilitate that? So, I remember, if anybody remembers this, if you've been watching for a while, there was a technique that I use and I still use for shadow work, is imagining yourself in a mirror, or basically projecting a mirror dark image of yourself, like your own shadow twin or your Gemini shadow. And picture that Gemini shadow bruised, cut, torn, wounds that you are feeling that are coming to the surface, so you can look at it through a mirror and see yourself and realize, this is my shadow, or something like that. And for some of you, I don't know where this is coming from. For those who do voodoo, or you have a voodoo doll but you don't actually use it for negligent reasons, imagine that voodoo doll with a little note saying, with a pin stuck in it at a specific point on this, you know, doll's body, and a note that's saying, this is what you need to work on, your trauma, your thing. And you can actually make it like that. So I just want you to know that came in for someone at any given time. What can any reader, or what can any viewer, excuse me, if they're going through shadow work and they don't know how, or they don't know where to start or how to start it, what technique can they use? Like, what is a message that Spirit specifically wants this person who resonates? How can they get their shadow done? So sit in a quiet place and just imagine yourself, let your mind just completely go. Don't overthink it. Just let your body go into it. Even if you trance out, have a reflective state, even if it means that you look into your past and you find something emotionally that just triggers you, and ask yourself, why does this trigger me? Why do I get upset about this? What is the psychological reasoning that I'm reacting this way? Why am I lashing out? Cause and effect will be the biggest and the strongest indication that this is where you need, this is your path. So I'm hearing signs will be in effect. For one of you, the angel number 487 just popped up into my head. Don't fight it. Don't allow yourself, like, I'm not even joking. And then we have the 6 of Cups reversed. for this instance, because you're going into a reflective state, you're allowing your body to feel a reprieve. You know, you're giving your ample self time. You know, you can't just go in and expect shadow work to be done overnight. It's a process that's like therapy. You can't just rush into it and expect it to be done, because it's not the case. So with this is being said, if you have to amplify yourself and you have to go to therapy, or you have to talk to someone, or you're telling yourself why you need to do this, therapy is a great option if you trust someone enough to speak. Therapy is a form of shadow work. Some of you have been having dreams and it's presenting itself to you, or you're being presented with signs from other people, or someone has said something to you and it's triggered something. That was because it was set in place. But with this Six of Cups reversed, I really feel like some of you just haven't been getting the message across. I feel like some of you have, or one of you in particular, because I feel like there's maybe one or two individuals that you just keep fighting it because you don't want to feel like this. You don't want to cry. And I'm one of those people. I am telling you, I would rather run from my emotions than deal with them. And I'm a very emotional person. And I've literally told myself it's okay to be emotional. Like, I want to know the strength that comes from my emotions. And I'm currently going through shadow work myself because I don't want to feel closed off to people. I don't want to feel narcissistic compassionate. I don't want to feel like I need to get something or sentimental attachment to something in order to feel good or to feel like I belong. I don't want that anymore. I don't want to feel narcissistic, like the world belongs to me. I just... That is my shadow work, is dealing with past traumas that are starting to come through for me. And counterpart situations, even soulmate, soul tribe members, a divine counterpart, a highly energetic counterpart, a spirit child, or a family member that has passed on. Maybe that's why some of you are very familiar with the death proportion of life after death, after we've transitioned from this world. Because the metaphor of life after death and like the transition is, you know, when you start off with a popcorn grain before you stick it in the microwave or you pop it on the stove, you know, that one kernel, like imagine that one kernel is you in life, and the popcorn, delicious buttery popcorn, is you after death, after it just pops open from its shell and it just becomes all gooey and crunchy, and you can mix and match, you know, whatever you want with your popcorn. The popcorn that's actually cooked that you eat is shadow, is the shadow aspect of life after you've transitioned. So that metaphor came to my mind for some of you, if you really needed to have that explained to you. So this, I just want to clarify. This Six of Cups. Please clarify this Six of Cups, please. Thank you. Don't feel isolated. Don't feel run down like you're going crazy, because you're not crazy. I feel like some of you, you feel worn out, you feel scared, you feel like no matter what you do, it's not good enough. So a little bit of insecurity that you have to work through is what's causing you to feel like you're not doing a good job, is because insecurity is telling you you're not doing it better. Like, you know, not like OCD where you have to be perfectionist about this, because that's not what that was talking about. Is like some of you, just your insecurity just makes you feel like no matter how much you dig into it, it's never enough. So this is saying be enough. make yourself believe you are good enough. Like, and actually truly believe it, because this goes against everything that you ever believe in. This insecurity is, if you live with security and you become an identity because of your insecurity and your anxiety, you have massive shadow work to do. So maybe for some of you, that insecurity is getting to the bottom of that insecurity is why you being triggered by certain individuals or certain situations. So enough with that. What messages do you have? What messages do you have? So we have the Chariot and Victory. So some of you have a one-sidedness coming through. So I feel like this one-sidedness has actually led you to a little bit of a disaster in this. Like, what have you sacrificed to get here? So some of you actually may be in a rude awakening. Like, I'm seeing a U-turn, someone flipping a U-turn because like their destination and what they want is not what they want. So they have to do some reevaluating of their character and their mental like state. For this King of Swords, some of you have actually like had a whole identity invested with another person, and this King of Swords was just, something was not right in the head, because I'm literally seeing someone go like this, like just keep pointing to the head. So head trauma, something is just not right with their head in this case. So they're just like all over the place, and you just can't keep up with them anymore. And that's literally what they just annoy you. They put you through everything. And if you need a sign, and some of you have been asking for this sign, I'm seeing a caterpillar transitioning into a butterfly. I'm specifically seeing a black butterfly with beautiful red streaks on the tip, and the antennae have a little bit of like a green fluorescent bioluminescent tint to it. But it's a very beautiful butterfly. So if you need that, here's your sign. The Star is, some of you have actually stayed in place for far too long, and it's time to pack your things and get out. Because I'm seeing someone like, I'm giving you the boot. So you may actually have moved out, you've been kicked out, or you have abruptly left a situation. So you've been stuck in a situation for far too long, and now it's over. You have to brace yourself for that. And make the decision to move on and to heal, because the heart's calling. Your heart is calling. Life is calling again. So it's like, open yourself up and heal. Allow yourself to come out. Because if you hold that in your heart, it's just going to become a burden to you for the rest of your life. You're always going to hurt, and you're always going to think, what if this person never left me? What if, instead of looking at it as the negative, it was like, look at it like, this person did me a disservice, and I love this person, or I really, really, really had feelings for this person, but this person had to go to teach me a lesson, or teach me the hardships, to teach me this type of love, even if it was unconditional or conditional or not. This person taught you something, and it's time to let that go. You know, they say like, absence makes the heart grow fonder. It's not the case. You're not a caged, gilded, canary anymore. You're not walking on eggshells. It's time for you to light up someone else's life. It's time to light up your life, Some of you would just feel like you've been walked over for too long. So this could be in a relationship. This could be dealing with a narcissistic parent, a narcissistic child, a narcissistic boss, coworker, so on and so forth, or a family member, landlord, neighbors. The list goes on and on. And you feel like every time you've done something about it, like nothing has happened. It just made it worse. This is saying, get out. Stop trying to make something work that doesn't need to be worked on, because the door was closed on it for a reason. And whatever that reason may be that is unknown to you was a blessing to you. Because if you would have stayed, it would be a false foundation that would make you fight and fight and fight and fight, and it's just gonna suck the life out of you. And that person just gets exactly what that person gets. So now it's time to look ahead instead of focusing on the past, so that you can be whole again. You can heal. You can love again. I'm hearing there's someone out there for you. Who is this person after all hope was lost? Like, who is this person? Who is this person? Who is this person? This person has been through the thick and thin, had the rungs in it, and this person has been tossed violently out to sea, and they're waiting for you. They're waiting to come home to you. They're waiting for you to give them a chance. They're waiting patiently in the background. They're waiting to make their presence known in your life. And it may not seem like much, that they feel like, you know, they may not be able to offer you, and that's a bit of insecurity on their part that they have to get over. But believe me, what they actually have truly to offer you, I promise you, will outweigh everything that had happened to you. This person could literally touch on the scars or the insecurities that you feel, or dance with you at midnight under a meteor shower, or sing to you in the car even though their voice isn't the greatest. They will literally sing to you in the shower, or write you a corny poem or a love note or something to show you they truly care about you, and that is their love language. So they need you to know that they're out there and they're ready to show you a greater love than what has ever been given to you. And it's a deep, passionate love. It comes from the heart. It comes from the soul, is what I see. This person burns and yearns and will find ways to make it happen for you. Whatever you lack, this person has. You know, it may not be money, but when it comes to that, they love, and they love with the soul. If their soul is not invested in it, if their heart and mind and body is not invested in it, they will not be with you, because they don't half-ass love anybody. They love unconditionally through thick and thin, and that's all they know. So it's like, if you're not ready for that, don't invite that in. Do your shadow work, because this person has been hurt just as bad as you have. And I'm telling you, there's just things that need to work out in motion, and they've had a catastrophic love life just as much as you have. And some of you may be dealing with someone who had abandonment issues, or was raised in the foster care system and was abused. And so they need someone to open up and be an ally to them, not an advocate. They need an ally. They need someone to come to their rescue. And I'm telling you, because they need it, and they need a rebirth. They need that life. You know, they're ready to kill off that past life, that past hurt, and begin again with you, because they're ready to heal, and they're ready to step into healing energy. And for some of you, that you have a child involved, like, or you will be having a child with this person, and this child is saying, heal, mom and dad, heal. Like, let me come in so we can be a happy family. Like, show me the love that you guys didn't get as children or as adults. And I promise you, you will see that brought back to you tenfold. Like, just be patient. You know, there's so much work to be done, but not right now. So some of you, your wishes are coming true. This magician is turning basically pyrite to gold, if that makes any sense. And then we have the Page of Swords again. So some of you just need the direction, the heading, and I'm being told, like, where the wind blows you. Like, don't fight the signs anymore. you can't fight. You can't. There's nothing for you to fight. Like, this was in your plan, because life is coming for you. Life is coming, and I promise. Like, some of you are in some isolation mode, so instead of like being very spiritual, some of you are actually going into isolation where you feel like you're a lone wolf, or you feel like anxiety is just getting the better of you. And I'm telling you, like, these swords is like, release it. Name everything that you feel and release it. Stop holding that in, because celebrate yourself. Celebrate to tell yourself that you are loved and you are union to yourself, because this emperor is like masculine. It's wounded. It's like, I'm okay, I'm fine, and holds everyone out the, you know, here, but that's not the case. This Queen of Pentacles is emotional. She's not stable, and it's just like, this is why shadow came through. And it's like, you guys feel trapped and alone, and like no one will ever get you, and you're up into, you know, neck high water, and it's coming in too fast for you. And this is saying, relax. You're freaking yourself out. You're freaking out. You're fearing. And this is saying, instead of seeing everything that you have or you don't have, or what life can do for you financially or within, it's like, imagine yourself controlling your fear and controlling your thoughts, and just whispering to yourself, I got this. I'm telling you, I got this. So it's like, if you let anxiety fear you, your abundance is going to flow that way. And it may not even be good abundance. It could just, you know, not all abundance is good abundance, because you can have a good harvest, what looks to be a good harvest, and you're thinking, oh, I'm abundant in a good harvest, and it's rotten inside. Like, all of your harvest is rotten inside. So it's like, find the strength to take that stand and say, no more. No more. Because if you don't, it's just gonna leave you destitute, broken, and small in a big world, and you're just gonna feel insecure this entire time, and you're gonna feel like no matter what you do, it's not good enough. So take that stand and say no more. Stand up, rise up, find your backbone, and you can get through it. I promise. Your intuition, your spiritual realm is here. Your people are here for you. Like, your guides are here for you. They're ready to understand. They're open to open you with open arms and to protect you. Invoke them. Tell them, guides, my highest of true highs, the ones that have control over and watch and guide me in my life. Watch me, watch over me, protect me, do what you need me to do, because I can't do this alone. I need you right now, because there's so much to offer, there's so much to plant, and so much to upkeep and cultivate. And it's just like, for some of you, the thought of starting your own legacy or starting your own family, or feel like you never wanted a family, or you feel like you were never good enough, it's a false foundation. So basically, everything you want, because it's not realistic, doesn't belong to you, and it's not gonna happen. So with the Emperor, because I feel like some of you wanted a family with this Emperor, I gotta tell you, it's not gonna happen. It's not in the cards for you. And it's not. It's like, don't believe in the lie anymore. Like, this person is not meant for you. For some of you that wanted a family with this Emperor, because it was illusion, it was shadow. It's time to remove the veil from your eyes, and to find that you're good on your own, because you will have exactly what you have in the future. But Just not with this Emperor. This isn't your person. This person is just going to keep you trapped. It's going to keep you imprisoned, and all you're going to be doing is feeling emotions that this person gives you, because this person, if you were to have a family with this person would resent you for keeping them trapped and imprisoned when they could have a family elsewhere. So I just want to tell you, if you're dealing with someone like this narcissist, this narcissistic Emperor, or egotistical Emperor, you could have been having a miscarriage, and this person would blame you for that miscarriage instead of realizing this child wasn't meant. Something could have been wrong with the child, or it could have hurt you. And this person will purposely put you in pain because they get a kick out of it. But meanwhile, they have a whole hidden family or a whole hidden agenda with another woman. And everything that they do to you is to inflict pain until you're ready to leave. Because it's time for you to find your heading, and it's time for you to look into your crystal ball, basically, and to leave, because you have your direction, you have your signs, so put them to use. Is there any last messages for this reading? Is there any last messages for this reading? Is there any last messages? For some of you, you're having heightened intuition and spiritual kicks. So some of you are actually coming out of shadow work. For those that don't need to be in it, you're coming out of it. So this is saying you kind of feel like you kind of have to give yourself a little bit of time to adjust to the modern world, because you feel like you've been MIA. So you kind of feel a little bit of anxiety and a little bit of like, you know? So it's like you kind of feel like overly stimulated. So some of you may be actually getting headaches, or you just feel overstimulated, so you just feel drained more. So that's going to be normal for you for a little bit. So it's just like, take some time and rest. Don't put your body through too much. What I do want to tell you is, like, don't do any like strenuous lifting for some of you, because I'm seeing someone with back pain. For some of you, like this King of Cups, you may be dealing with a husband, a father, a child. King of Cups, it's like emotionally dependent on you, and this person you have to keep at an arm's length right now, because this King of Cups is like asking too much for you. So like the Lovers, right, is like regenerating love. It doesn't have to be like twin flame, a divine counterpart. Oh no, it's a counterpart. So for instance, because I'm seeing back pain, don't do any strenuous lifting. Connection coming in. So some of you actually may feel drained because of your counterpart coming through, or regeneration from the soul. So some of you are actually merging with your counterpart in the spiritual planes. If you actually have not met this person in the physical, you're getting primed for that. So this person is very in tune. So you may be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio. I really want to say I'm feeling more Scorpio Pisces energy. So this is going to develop into your home life. So some of you may be dealing with that, or it's just a burden of it. It kind of feels like really like burdensome, or it feels like really heavy and really dense. So this is saying don't work on this too much. Don't stress, don't obsess with it. It'll happen when it happens. This King of Cups, please clarify this King of Cups, please. Please clarify. Please clarify this King of Cups. Thank you. So this King of Cups actually may be in a situation where they've currently left something, or a contract has turned to an end. So this person is basically just learning the lessons. So they're coming out of work mode. So they kind of hit rock bottom. You know, they're kind of down on their luck right now. They're a bit naive, but they have good intentions towards you. I do want to tell you that. So I just want to make sure that we're this counterpart situation, right, with this King. So this counterpart situation, or this love situation, it's a bit heavy with the Two of Cups and the Lovers. Specifically, will you clarify those two specific cards, please? Like the combination, just to get an actual concrete sense of what I'm looking at, or what is going on here, please. So this is a member of your star family, or your soul tribe. I've waited long enough is what I get off of that. I've waited long enough. I watered my garden. But I've literally heard I've waited long enough. This person is coming into your life to give you friendship and give you love and to heal and to help you on your next stage of your journey. And it's a very passionate one. It's a very fiery energy. It's thought-provoking. It's emotion-provoking. It's earthquakes is what I'm hearing, is earthquakes. It's very abundant. There's so much love in this. I'm not even joking. But I'm also hearing like mission work. You know what I mean? This person is helping you with your mission work, your life's purpose. So some of you, this could be your best friend. But this is a person that holds you on a high standard. And even though you fall, sometimes this person looks at you and they see absolute perfection. They see you at your darkest moment and they just love you even more. This person has been through the muck, you know what I mean? I really get like, this person is self-critical, but it's not critical of you. There's no judgment in this. Like, that's what I really get off of that. But this was like brought into your life. It's divine. Your guides have like literally brought their guides in to be like, hey, it's time. So it's like, just be patient. This person is going to help you, like I said, with your life's mission. So this person, this counterpart, this high energetic counterpart, is a very brave one. So they like to tackle things head on and get things done. But like I said, I get strong Scorpio energy, like strong because of the King of Cups. I get strong Scorpio energy. So this person is all about shadow work, getting shit done when it needs to. This person will project mirrors at you, like a mirrored soul. So it kind of just like here and there, but they know that their old way of life is dead, so they're asking you not to bring that up. So it's like, it's going to be a whole chapter of you just resting. You know what I mean? It's like, it's their turn to do the legwork. But yeah, like with this is happy abundance, happy life, happy home. Just make sure you have boundaries and like don't allow yourself to just run yourself amok and get obsessive, because if you get obsessive, like disappointment happens. And a lot of times that you can just, you're walking away from disappointment and this person's like, I'm not going to disappoint you. So this Knight of Wands is very charismatic. They're very forward. So Sagittarius energy is what I get off of that. So they may have strong Scorpio placements or strong fire placements. But a part of them is very in touch with your emotional side, whether this is male or feminine. So I do want to tell you in this case, I very strongly do really get the sense that this is a highly energetic counterpart. So for some of you having this connection, it's a teaching moment for you, to keep it with a grain of salt and make sure that you're open to it. You're open to receiving your blessings, because if you're not, it's just going to tear you apart, and you have to keep it very mature. So if you're into this situation, or you feel like this, I would really suggest you doing meditation and shadow work more, because it's just only going to get worse if you don't, because this person is literally going to project a mirror at you. So everything they're insecure about, you are probably insecure as well, and it's vice versa, and that can actually damage your relationship. So I do want to tell you that. So thank you so much, guys. Peace, love, and happiness. I love you guys.